Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video guide for Conan Exiles. Today in this video, folks, I'm going to show you how to get the Sobek Armor set. This is quite a impressive armor set. It is a medium armor set and it is a bit challenging to get, so therefore I am making this guide. I hope you guys are enjoying this video, and if you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar videos from myself, and if you have just subscribed, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethopia Discord. Link to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Now, this is one of the caves that has been revamped. This is also a very difficult cave for several reasons. I will also show you the cave's location, and I will talk you through the method I'm going to take to do this cave. This is where the cave is located. As you can see, it's Zalthar's whatever refuge. I probably butchered the name. And my location is, as you can see, we are on 7J. So that is the tile that you want to be in. Now, let's get into what I wanted to get in. So these are the thralls, or the thrall versions of what you can find in there. Nothing in the cave is tameable. Very, very important, and you'll see why. Now, why am I showing you these? That is, of course, because you can get an idea of what we'll be going up against. So we've got the Fang of Sobek. As you can see, they have a ridiculous amount of HP, and that's why they're also not tameable. They also have very good weapons and decent armor, so they will be a bit of a challenge to take out. Let's have a look at another one. Now, these are what you will find in this particular cave. This is the Disciple of Sobek, and here we go. Again, a ridiculous amount of HP. These are, of course, the archers. They are the most dangerous in the cave as such, so you kind of want to deal with them before anything else. We've got another Disciple of Sobek over here. There is only one NPC that is of a normal HP, if you will. NPC is, of course, also tameable should you choose to. And again, we have a Warrior Sobek, so you can kind of see what they come with. For this, I will be using a Relic Hunter Treasure Seeker, despite the fact that it is a bit derpy due to the cave's design. So, this is what the armor looks like that you will be getting. It is, as I said, medium legendary armor, and when you equip it, you will get a decent amount of armor. Now, for this, I am going to use a axe and a shield. It's the best way of doing it, and for the axe I have the Festering one. Now, the Festering one is a legendary axe, and it does apply poison. When you use the heavy attacks on the axe, it also does apply bleed, so therefore I will be applying 2 stacks of dots. Also, with the shield, I do knockbacks, so I can effectively take on 2 of these guys if I have to. Anything more than 2, because of the amount of HP that they have, plus the damage that you will be taking, of course, it will be a lot more difficult. Now, right at the entrance, there should be 2 NPCs that spawn in there, but they didn't, or they weren't there, because this is like the 3rd or 4th time I'm trying to do this. So around this area, this is where we'll get the NPCs. Now, obviously, I've got cloak and god mode on and all that. I just didn't want to have any NPC creatures interrupted me as I was doing the intro and showing all that stuff off. Now, my thrall is, of course, as I said, a Relic Hunter Treasure Seeker, and it does also have the Flawless Hyperborean armor set. Nothing special there. So as you can see, with the shield and the axe, I do have the chance of putting them in a stun lock. Now, you don't want to fight more than 2. It does become increasingly challenging. The reason my thrall can't take on the NPCs is because there's a bit of a little edge, and so the AI doesn't know what to do with it. This is the slowest part of this particular cave, as you will have to use snake arrows. I do recommend bringing in snake arrows for the dodge. You can bring other arrows should you choose to. I've just got snake arrows because they are easy to make, and I do want this guide to help anyone and everyone in the game. Obviously, you don't really want to come into this cave early on because it is not going to be a fun time. You do want to be prepared or as prepared as possible. I'm going to try and keep as many of these guys here and dot them up. That archer, though, is not making my life easy. So hopefully, eventually, we lose aggro on the archer and we can take out these. Oh, hello. So the guys at the entrance have spawned in. First priority is the archer. That is the disciple of Sobek. And you'll see that I will stun lock them as much as I can. It is a bit derpy because of the lighting effect. So it is possible to stun lock. Where's the archer? Okay. Now I've got two archers here. This guy that I'm fighting. And one shooting arrows behind me. So I'm kind of in between the hammer and the anvil here. And try and heal up a bit. That I did not expect. Now I did wait for them to try and spawn back in, but I kind of lost patience when I started the video. So that's kind of complicated the situation. But it's okay. It's easily doable. I just need a bit of health so I can finish off that archer. Now my thrall is stuck on that stupid rock over there, so do expect that. But later on the thrall does come in very useful, and you'll see exactly why. Whoop. Let's get out of there. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Once again, start applying them bleeds or poison, depending on what you're actually going for. You can actually swap between arrows to have two stacks going on these guys. And I don't want to get in the middle of them. It's going to be hard to stun lock a group of 3 thralls. The moment I get down there, the archer will come towards me and then run away, so I'll have to deal with the archer as well. At the moment, the archer is hitting the side of the little cliff over there. So also she's focusing on my thrall. So I guess my thrall has got a purpose to some level. And as I said, this is the most difficult portion of this particular cave. Now I personally like the level of difficulty, and I'd like to see this level of difficulty in the dungeons for future reference. I think this is what a dungeon should be like. It should make life very, very difficult. And what makes it difficult is the fact that they have a very large circle of aggro. So they aggro on you from quite a distance, as well as combined with the fact that they have a ton of HP. Now they don't do that much damage, but the fact that it takes you that much longer to kill these NPCs means you will be taking more damage, so you kind of want to fight them in small groups. Okay, so 2 of them are nearly dead. Once these 2 are down, I'll probably dot up the 3rd one, and then around maybe half health I'll just start stun locking them. Now the reason I'm not just going to jump in is because there are quite a few NPCs here, and I don't want to accidentally end up being surrounded by too many of these things. Obviously the main focus is the archer, which is moving around quite a bit, so a bit of a challenge trying to get those stacks of poison on the archer. There we go. Life's a lot easier now. I think that should be enough to kill off that particular NPC. So they can't get up here, but that also means that my thrall can't get down there. I could, of course, try and run towards the center of this cave and then run back, but in that manner I will, of course, aggro quite a lot. And the problem with that is they can now break your block with a kick. So it's not something I want to be tempting fate with. I'm very tempted to try and stun lock these 2. But I'm also worried about what is around that column. That column will have the crocodiles, and I think there's also... Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go and get my thrall in. So this is basically what I was saying before, but my thrall's just derping out like nothing else. Maybe I'll run a bit this way. Right, okay. My thrall's just completely derped out for the moment. I'm not sure what's going on. There we go. Then take a step back. You want to keep them grouped together if you can. You don't want them hitting you from behind. So this is one way of doing it with the axe and the shield. So as you can see, a very good useful trick for stun locking them. You don't want to continue hitting them because you will split them up, and it does make it that much more difficult. More than two will also be difficult to handle, and I don't know why my thrall is there, so you kind of want to stick to groups of two. I was just getting bored putting arrows into them, so I just went for it. Alright, let's top up on the aloe vera potion. Again, a simple potion to do, and that's why I didn't want to come out here, because there's two NPCs right there, and then there's also behind them the crocodiles, which we don't really want to gain aggro on. Now at the moment the archer with the yellow bar does not seem to want to come this way, but I have got this guy. Okay, my thrall has teleported close to me, so that's gonna be helpful. I mean, personally, I would have preferred to have taken out the archer first, because that is what makes this fight a bit more difficult. But I suppose any thrall going down first should simplify. I just need to keep my shield up, and there's no risk from having my block being interrupted by a kick. So I'll let my thrall deal with the archer. As you can see, she is dealing out quite a bit of damage. I'm not going in there because if I go into the water, I will aggro the crocodiles. So I'll just start dotting up the archer. That should suffice. In terms of loot, these NPCs don't really have anything very important. It's always worth checking because you might find the odd bit and piece that you might want to take. But other than that, nothing all that important and worth mentioning. So over here I've got 3 of these guys. Now they have broken my block, meaning that they can combine together, of course, keep me in a stun lock. So I need to be careful here. Crocodile's down. We've got the archer, which is kind of annoying. I'm kind of trying to get to... okay, that didn't work out the way I wanted it. So what I wanted to do there, I wanted to kind of push this guy back into the archer and then keep the archer and the fighter in a stun lock, but that really did not work out the way I wanted it. I'll let him do his first attack, and then I'll go into stun locking him. So obviously for this I am using heavy attacks, and with the 4th heavy attack, which is a shield bash, it will knock the NPC off its feet. I should have enough hit points to survive this, and my thrall should now take on the archer. I do need to heal up. Do always keep in mind the amount of health that you've got. You don't want to die out here. It is not going to be fun getting back in if these things respawn. Okay, so that sorts this section out. There are some chests around if you wanted to loot them. There's nothing really all that important to get from them. So down there, I think there's a chest. The boss is up there. It does have 2 archers, one at the base of the steps, one to the right of that platform, and the guy to the left is a fighter. So I'm just going to go run up to him, block him with the shield, and of course that would be the archer. So I want to keep them on this ramp because this way I can stun lock them. If this fails, if you get pushed back like I did there, you can use other methods to try and avoid all of the damage that will be coming towards you. At the moment I'm dealing with 2 fighters. Now my problem is not the 2 fighters but the archer at the top that is constantly hitting me with an arrow. So I am also keeping an eye out on my HP. Now I'm hoping my thrall will come and help me out here, but my thrall seems to have opted to try and go up the steps and go for the archer, which is not necessarily what I wanted to happen. Also, they do seem to derp out and kind of end up sneaking behind you, so keep that in mind. Okay, so I'll just fight them down here. I guess I should be well out of range of the archer. Okay, I'm trying to group these guys together so I can stun lock both of them, but it's not really working out the way I want it. Okay, that did not work out. But on the bright side, the fact that I am using the festering one, which applies poison, and as an axe it also applies bleed. I am stacking up 2 dots on them. I would recommend, if you don't have the festering one, to go for the best axe that you have. Then maybe apply Reaper poison to it or some form of poison so that you stack up both poison and bleed on them. And obviously you can always top it up with damage from your axe. The shield bash can of course knock them down, and you can use that as a stun lock. So we got some silver and gold in that chest. I just thought I'd show it off, seeing as we were there. And I'm just going to deal with this archer right here now. This one should be very easy by itself, so I don't really need to concern myself with my health. Okay, so that's pretty much it. There's another chest up here, or 2 chests actually, that you can check out. There's nothing really wow in there. There's just some seeds, but yeah. So let's go and have a look at the next section up there. There's 2 more of these guys, and all they're doing is just guarding a chest. So I'm just going to show you what is in that chest. As you saw with the boss in this particular cave, for this particular video, he dropped 2 items of the Sobek Armor. That's not always the case. You will drop at least 1, and of course sometimes on occasions you can drop 2. Now obviously what's happened there is what I told you earlier on. Be sure not to have yourself surrounded by these guys, because they can pretty much get you from behind and interrupt your attacks, as well as put you in a stun lock. So you want to kind of have the NPCs that you're fighting in front of you, so you can kind of stun lock them and keep them on the floor as much as possible. As you can see, facing one of these guys off is not that much of a problem if you do it right, if you're patient and wait for your opening. So with that being said and done, that's pretty much it for this game. I'm just going to show you what's in this chest, and that's it. There's nothing really all that important. I think there's only 1 chest that has a chance of giving out some silver and gold. So I'm going to make my way out. I'm going to put on the armor set so you guys can see what it looks like. It looks like the Dregs armor set, but it does have a very good amount of armor, bearing in mind this is a medium armor set. That will of course allow you to do the dodge roll, which is quite nice. It's been a while since I've been able to do that, so I'm going to try and find a place where I can show you where I won't aggro anything. So I think this is good enough. Alright, so let's have a look at what this thing looks like. I just need to put something there so I don't have my armors mixed up. So I'll just put in a full armor set, and as you can see, this is what it looks like. You saw the amount of armor that I got. That's 500, no armor mods on it or anything, which is pretty decent for medium armor. That is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please do not forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Also, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos. And of course, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethum Discord. Links to this you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.